I wanted to do a little update about my first couple weeks in grad school. Well, really, first few days. I haven't made it past 2 weeks yet, but close enough. So for those of you just tuning in, I am in the doctoral program in sociology at Indiana University. And this video is more so to provide a few of my reflections on what I think about the program, about the faculty, the structure, the classes, and the overall life of a sociology grad student. So first off, I want to start by talking a little bit about the town. Bloomington it's what you would expect a typical small college town based around a large university would be. There are plenty of social things to do, lots of different events downtown. My first week here, actually, they had like 3 different fests. There was Art Fest, there was Jazz Fest, Garlic Fest, and there was Pride. So the social life in Bloomington is plentiful. A lot of stuff to do and cute little local areas, Mother Bear's Pizza. But I did want to talk mainly about the program. So initially, grad students take kind of an intro course called the Pro Seminar, and that is with your Director of Graduate Studies. Everybody in your cohort is in this class. Sort of an easy, transition-y class that's going to help you adapt to the structure of grad school, what you should be doing. It's nothing like undergrad, which is why it's very helpful to have a check-in course, I guess. I'm taking 12 credits for the first semester, the Pro Seminar, which all first-year grad students in the cohort are required to take, the Sociological Research Practicum, which is a structured way of having all the first years participate in a research project based on who the SRP director will be. And this year we have Dina Okamoto. This project will be based around immigrant activism. I'm taking social stratification, social psychology, and advanced research techniques. 12 credits is the typical load for the first semester. I also am a graduate assistant for a professor. So there's 12 credits and you work 20 hours a week with this TA job, basically assisting the specific professor in whatever they would need. So class discussions, grading papers, looking over tests, grading tests, running review sessions, and any other tasks. So there's a lot of reading and a lot of writing, a lot of structured group, and the overall class load is definitely manageable. What I really like about the sociology program at IU is that it is so structured that you get connected with a lot of different faculty and students and people without really even trying. I mean, there is some autonomy on your part and there is some follow through. You are connected with a first-year mentor who is a faculty member, usually a person that aligns with your research interests. Then you're connected with a first-year student mentor, which is done through the Graduate Student Association. So that's just an extra friend and someone that you can go to who's in more advanced years. You can have some guidance, more of in a student sense. You're connected with your Director of Graduate Studies in your Pro Seminar class, and you are also connected with the professor that you are TAing for. There's a lot of networking opportunities available. There are a lot of working groups and workshops. So if you're interested in computational sciences, if you're interested in race and ethnicity, if you're interested in medical sociology, there's groups out there that have meetings and have regular discussions. There's a social psychology lab that I will be soon a part of. So there's plenty of things to do, not only socially, but also in terms of developing your own research styles and then joining working groups. From the first few days of class, it is overwhelming, but in a very good way, in that you are so guided through the different steps. You really don't have time to be confused. And it's also nice to have a faculty mentor that you could go to for professional related stuff. And just bigger questions about what really you should be thinking about in terms of your progression in the program. I'm still currently learning the ins and outs. I'm really excited about my social psychology class, which is because really that's my background and that's where most of my interests lie. as well as social network and social movement research to transition into grad school with something familiar. Grad school really is a process of figuring out what works for you and how your learning style is. And there's plenty of social gatherings so that it definitely isn't all work and no play. What else is there to update? I really like everyone in my cohort. Everyone is so unique and so smart, and they bring a lot of different personalities into play. IU is known for their very collaborative department, and they don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk. Everyone's been nothing but helpful. I don't feel pressure to prove my worth here, and everyone's just so willing to help and discuss with you any questions or concerns. Have just a rich group of social support here. Aside from that, one thing that I really struggled with here initially was the lack of diversity of the grad student makeup. There is a certain sense of belonging, a certain feel that's missing when you're not around people that I guess look like you or come from the same backgrounds as you. I was talking to a professor about it, and she and I both were discussing that it's like it's nice to have the supportive environment that you have, but it takes a group to just get it, and there's something that you just don't quite get without that. Initially, I did feel the weight of the lack of diversity. It helps to have other people going through the same experiences as you, as well as like coming from the same backgrounds, I think, for sure. The University Graduate School held a fellowship dinner that I went to, and it was just so refreshing to hear the dean of the graduate school talk about the experiences of someone of color at Indiana University. He said something in a sense that there is this relieving sense where you can act the way that you wouldn't normally act in other groups. But anyways, there are outlets for meeting people who are more diverse and meeting grad students that are not just in your program, but also successful in other programs. Overall, it's a lot of hard work, and there's no shortage of work, and there's always something to do and things to think about and things to plan for, but that's grad school for you. It's so great because IU is so structured, and a lot of other programs that I was considering didn't have as much structure as I wanted to be able to be led down the path, especially as a first generation student, not having an educated family background, really lacking guidance from other precedents or pioneers in my family makes it more difficult to come into something so unique and engaging and challenging like a grad program. But that's really why I like IU structure. It helps me not think about what I should be doing, rather how I should be doing things within the structure of the department. So it's really nice being around some of the most brilliant minds. In terms of faculty and graduate students, is overwhelmingly awesome. So that's really all for this update. There's not too much going on yet. I'm just getting the hang of my classes, still trying to not get lost on campus, and still dealing with the humidity of the Midwest. I think that I'm getting used to this, the new town, the new environment, the rigor and challenge. Okay, thanks for watching.